Hi, hello, Gaia. Hello, everyone.
Hi everybody, welcome to this new video, and this is an
Yes,
exceptional occasion, right?
yes, the collaboration of the part of the Wellness Hub from Guiding Star, from Kesenya's Guiding Star Wellness Hub. So we have this
Yes,
nice collaboration that I'm so excited
absolutely.
with.
Absolutely. So you've got an astrologer, that will be me. I
Yeah.
am the in-house Hori astrologer at guidingstarAstrology.com, and today we are here with one of my dear friends and colleagues, Jamilah, our we could say expert on planetary washes and planetary energies.
Thank you, Gaia. Yeah, and you are such a wonderful, wonderful honorary astrologer. I have direct experience with you, and I
Yes.
might say that was amazing. You know, the precision that what I really admire, and all the
Yeah, I
guidance
try.
that you gave me is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we are going to do today as well. This is such a treat because I'll start by giving you a short overview on what's going to happen generally. I'm not going to go sign by sign. For that, check out Kesenya's video
Yeah.
because I'm sure she's going to do that. But
Yeah.
I'll give you general guidance on how to navigate the energy of the eclipse. It's partial
Mm.
solar eclipse, which will happen on the 30th of April, 2022.
Mhm.
And this is an eclipse full of action because all the three outer planets are triggered. So you can imagine how strong the energy will be. So first of all, this
Yeah.
is I'm gonna start with the basics here. So we got a new moon. That's the
Mm.
first bit that you ought to keep in mind. And also, before I go further, I have written an article about this eclipse where I went into more details. And if you
Mhm.
want to read that article, just subscribe to Kesenya's newsletter on
Mm.
guidedstarstrategy.com, and you'll read my very
Mhm.
flamboyant article where
That's
I
nice. Yeah.
where I really went quite in depth in regard to Uranus and the stellium in Pisces, because we have kind of three triggers in this eclipse, if you like.
Yeah,
We got Uranus,
for
and the
sure.
Uranus is triggered
Mm-hmm.
because it's conjunct the new moon.
Mm.
We've got Pisces triggered because we have 4 planets in Pisces, including Neptune, Jupiter, and Venus, which
Mm-hmm.
are 3 planets who have great dignity in the sign of Pisces. And
Yeah.
last but not least, we've got Pluto being stationary.
Mm-hmm.
So stationary planets always are important for mundane astrology because something happens when a planet is stationary, especially the outer planets, which are such massive forces. And when they are stationary, like it's felt on a massive scale.
Yes.
So first of all, what does it mean to be in a new moon? Well, the new moon is, yes, new beginnings and new cycles, but always, always, always with the new cycle, there is the end of the old cycle. So
Right.
it's always an end and a new beginning. It's there's always something that you have to let go and something brand new which is going to happen. But for this something brand new to bloom, you need to make space. So when the new moon happens, there is
Mm-hmm.
always the time of it's actually dark.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time where you feel things, going away, but also you feel the freshness of the new seed planted, right?
Yes.
And we have it in Taurus with Uranus. Now, this is
Mm.
important because Uranus is not really the best when it's in Taurus. It feels uncomfortable for both, like Tauran energy feels very shaken by Uranus, and Uranus is getting very, very impatient.
Right.
So this trigger of Uranus talks about a time of change. Always Uranus talks about change, but it will manifest. Yeah, it'll manifest into different ways, because there are people, I am sure, who are basically ready for change. People who have been hoping for something to change. People who have gotten itchy feet, right? People who are really here waiting for an opportunity to change things, waiting for an opportunity that allows them to make the change that they want to, waiting to break free from something. And this Uranus is just going to give them what they need, the push they need, the opportunity they need, the strength, the inspiration, the insight that they need to break free. And for those people, you know, they'll be able to take full advantage of the Uranian energy. For some others who have a lot of stability in their life and they are trying to preserve stability and they are not willing to make changes or are not interested at this time to make changes, actually this Uranus is going to be a little bit more disruptive. This is because Uranus is always talking about change. There's no way out of it. You ought to change when Uranus is in the mix. This, you know, this is not a choice. Like, I mean, you cannot decide, okay, I'm not going to change. That's Uranus. You will change. There's nothing you can do about it. What you can do is your attitude toward change. So if, for example, you are not willing to change, or you have created your stability and you're grabbing at your stability, then, you know, this is going to be more painful, more complicated, because it's going to feel like an earthquake in your life. It feels like all the effort that you have put into, you know, creating something, you know, that is going to fall into pieces, and you're like, oh my God, I've put so much effort. I have put so much time in creating this reality, creating this kind of stability, and now it's all gone. So if you want to be safer with Uranus, you ought to be your own agent of change. And yeah, it's not easy, but that's the best way to deal with this energy. And that's the first point. I am going to go now to the Piscean energy, and then quickly to Pluto, and then it's your turn to guide us through whatever you meditation guide us through.
Okay. Go ahead, Gaia.
Yeah, so we got 4 planets in Pisces. I've been, even in my videos with Kesenya, I've been talking about the Piscean energy, about the sacrifice. And, you know, the fact that as a collective, we have been asked to sacrifice a lot. And this is not, you know, this is not easy. This is not even fair, all right? Because it's very out of balance. And with Pisces, we always, the themes are always about boundaries, about learning to say no and to put yourself first. And because we have this Venus there with Jupiter and Neptune, there's a lot of problems. I'm seeing already this energy playing out. I mean, in the newspapers here, especially, you know, the chit chat kind of newspapers where the rumor mill is.
Yeah, the tabloid, you mean?
Yeah, I'm seeing so many love triangles and love affairs. That's so much Piscean, so much Neptunian.
Right.
And you know, with so much Pisces energy, we may be here expecting or waiting for a hero to come and save us. Because Pisces loves this idea of the hero coming and saving us, the Prince Charming, the knight in shining armor, right?
Yeah.
But of course, this isn't working like that. You ought to save yourself, you know, save yourself world. Sings Michael Stipe of the R.E.M., right? So it's you ought to save yourself and not wait for someone to come and save you. And there is this dynamic of especially in the relationship, because in this eclipse, Venus is triggered. It's a time where many people will say stop, because first of all, they've got the push of Uranus, who is talking about freedom and reclaiming your freedom, reclaiming your individuality.
Right.
And also on the other hand, there is the push of Neptune, the push of Venus in Pisces. It's like, I'm so tired of carrying all the burdens myself. I'm so tired of sacrificing things and people, and to sacrifice my interests. So I wouldn't be surprised that, we know, with this eclipse, many people break free of relationships or contracts or projects which are binding them, because, you know, they are tired. People are very tired of the sacrifice. People are very tired of the limitations and the restrictions. And yeah, the best way to navigate this heavily Piscean energy is really to connect deeply spiritually. Hypnosis is a good way. Art is a good way. If you're an artist, honestly, you will be able to take advantage of this stellium, because your art, your creativity, whether it is painting, composing, singing, sculpting, whatever it is, it's going to benefit a lot. But if you're not an artist, you know, just try to create a lot of space to meditating, and, you know, find a conversation with yourself, and try not to fall into the trap of Pisces, that is either playing the role of the victim or playing the role of the savior, the one who is taking up the burdens of the whole world and trying to save everybody. That's my tip of advice. And now the last piece is the stationary Pluto. So Pluto stationary, this is going to be felt. And this is going to be felt, I mean, if it stations on one of your planets or on one of your house cusps, it's going to be very, 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 very powerful. It stations at 28 of Capricorn. So that's you know, if you have a planet or a cusp within 5 degrees of 28, then, you know, it's going to be felt powerfully. So stationary means that you stop. So you will feel a very, if it's prominent in your chart, and if it touches a personal point, that is either a planet or a cusp, you'll feel an enormous, intense discharge of energy. It could be obsessive, it's for sure intense, it could wake up some traumas. It's a good time to explore something dark that has happened in your life, because you can really dig deep and discover all the nuances and all the effects that this traumatic event has been making in your life, because an event has always consequences and it impacts your life in many different ways and in many different areas. Maybe something that has happened in your career is actually manifesting, and, you know, it has affected you very deeply, and it has been even impacting your relationships. So the ramifications of the traumatic events are many. And this Pluto stationary stops, so it gives you the opportunity to feel something for a longer time, and the more you feel it, the bigger the chance you have to explore it and to dissect it, to stop and, you know, connect with it and see what comes up, because it's a great time for clarity. And that's what I want to say about Pluto. The last bit, it's about the cycle. So this new moon opens a cycle, which will find its culmination or its time of maximum expression and fruitfulness with the full moon in Taurus. And then it will finish or end with the next new moon in Taurus. This is something that I talk about in the article that I've written for the newsletter. But I will tell you just, you know, the date. So we got a full moon in Scorpio. Sorry, full moon in Taurus. I apologize. We got a full moon in Taurus on the 8th of November this year. And that will be the time where what you start now, and by now I mean in these 2 months, will find a culmination, a time of fruitfulness, a time of manifestation, a time of peak. And then, you know, this will wrap up and, you know, find its natural end with the next new moon in Taurus, which is 20, sorry, I'm finding my notes. Yes, next new moon in Taurus is actually 2023 in May.
Wow.
19th of May. So yep, we've got the peak of manifestation around the 8th of November, 2022, where we have an eclipse, by the way, on that date. And then, you know, this will wrap up by the first half of May of 2023. So you see, it lasts 1 year. So you got 1 year of this long project. So yeah, that's my astrological overview.
Wow.
So I'm very excited to hear your channeled you know, insights.
Yeah, it's just like it's fascinating, and if you may, or I don't know if you want to talk more about that, because you said that we have of course Jupiter and Neptune, they're still going on in Pisces for a while, and we have Venus coming in, right? So, and I think that this conjunction of new moon is not like exact conjunction, right? It's like, if I remember well, Uranus is it at 14 or something?
Yeah, basically, Uranus is a little bit ahead.
Yeah,
and that's where the sun and moon will meet.
Is at 10 degrees, right?
Yeah, they are 4 degrees apart.
Yeah. So, but it's still like a conjunction, and
absolutely.
And I think that this 10-degree Uranus have been passing and going back and forth with a retrograde and moving forward a few times already, right?
Yeah, it has.
It means like some big change that is coming in the theme of Taurus, and it depends on which house and where it is in your sign. But you want to talk a bit about the theme of Taurus, so that
yeah, I mean, you are seeing in the mundane that things are happening to food lately. You're seeing we have a crisis of food. Prices are incredibly high when it comes to corn. We have a crisis of energy, by the way, especially here in Europe, and Taurus is associated with energy along with Scorpio.
Right.
And we have, but the theme of Taurus in general is a theme of stability. Taurus is the sign of stability, and Uranus does not like it.
Yeah.
So we are experiencing the lack of stability. We are understanding what it means to live in a place, in a world, in a reality where there is no stability at all.
Right. Yeah.
We are changing, we are shifting the paradigm of stability. And Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac, talks about our essential needs, the needs for food, for water, for a shelter, the basic human needs we need to survive, you know, and those are, I wouldn't say put in jeopardy, but in some places they are really being jeopardized. We have a problem. I mean, if someone decides to close the gas and transportation, that might be an issue because we are not able to produce it ourselves.
Right.
So we realize that we are not self-sufficient, even for our basic needs. And this is a massive realization. This is more about Europe, because that's our problem as Europe. We got this very serious issue about energy, but it's very Uranian, realizing that all of a sudden you thought it's very much Uranus in Taurus, where all of a sudden you realize that there is no ground beneath your feet. You realize that you thought you gave something for granted, something that was something that made you feel very stable. You took it for granted, and all of a sudden it's like disappeared. And it's a tough realization. Even in your personal life, there might be something that you have been taken for granted.
Right.
All of a sudden it's like, but it's no longer there. It was there till yesterday, and today it's no longer there. And you're like, how can I deal with that? It's a problem. It's complicated, because no matter how much mutable energy you have, it's always complicated to deal with change.
Right. Yeah. But I feel that at least we have, no, perhaps it's not, at least I take that back. I think it's huge that we have Jupiter, Neptune, and Venus in Pisces, because three of them are so very happy there, and Venus is a ruler of Taurus. So I think that we really have this supportive energy for us to go for change that we can't avoid, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, then, and talking about the this eclipse, and again, eclipse usually brings change, and Uranus itself kind of you can say that eclipse contain already Uranian energy, and Uranus contain ecliptic energy, because it's the change that you can't avoid. And now that we have both, right, together, like eclipse and Uranus together, very close together, so that's huge. And like Gaia already mentioned, that this change we can't avoid, but so I'm here, so my part in this video is to guide you through meditation, to help you to embrace, because my service on Guiding Star is Seraphic Planetary Watches, which is I draw the positive attributes of each planet, including Sun, for healing purpose. So unfortunately, the session couldn't be done. I couldn't share this kind of wash. Here is not the right platform, because you got to work one-on-one with me to and because each wash works to specific need for each individual. But I would love to kind of invite in the Uranian energy, because Uranus is part of our solar system, and of course we have Uranus as one element of planetary watch. So to draw in the positive energy of Uranus, for us to embrace change, whether we like it or not. And it's not easy, but at least I hope you watch this, and perhaps come back to this video when you need to embrace change in your life. Okay, so let's start. So I invite you to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths in and out. And join and collect your whole being at your heart space. Connect your higher self at your heart space, and trust that your higher self will guide you to draw this energy to serve you in the best possible way. Breathe in deeply, and breathe out, and draw your energy down to your root to your sits bones. You can feel your body weight. Feel the root support of Mother Earth beneath you. We are working with a strong planet like Uranus, and we need to keep our rooted well on Earth. Because Uranus helps us to go through the process of change, help us to break free. It helps calming our nervous system, since it rules our nervous system, and the quality of Uranus can help calming the nervous system. And that's exactly what we need during this time of change. It helps us to have this excitement toward change so that we can create something new in our lives. So inhale deeply. Exhale deeply out. As you can feel that Uranus is now start to come to us as we start to open ourselves, open our heart and every single part of our being to welcome Uranus and Uranian energy. Inhale deeply. Exhale and allow your whole being to open slightly more to receive this powerful energy from Uranus. As you can feel this energy perhaps flowing through the crown of your head. Allow this Uranian energy to flow in for you to deal with change and to embrace change. And to dance along with this energy rather than resist it. If we cannot avoid change, we can choose not to resist it, but to welcome and to embrace it. Knowing and trusting that universe always work for our betterment. But the change will bring us to the better place. The change will bring us deeper and connect with our inner self. And to move higher. To connect with higher self. Feel this energy that you're ready to embrace. Feel this energy flowing, vibrating all over you. Ask your whole being to remember this sensation, that you can get back to this anytime that you need. And take a few deep breaths in and out through your heart. Slowly get back to the here and now. Slowly seeing Uranus just move further away as you slowly get back to where you are. Inhale deeply and exhale, send all the energy back to earth. Feel your root, your sits bones, your feet connect with planet Earth once again. And in your own time, you can prepare to open your eyes. Mm. Welcome back, everyone.
That was wonderful.
Thank you, Gaia, and also recommend after this perhaps just drink water. Okay, and perhaps if you happen to listen and watch this video, perhaps you can record it and you can come back to this anytime that you need, right?
Yes, it's a great handy meditation when
Yeah.
change happens in your life. That's
Yeah.
great. I actually, as you probably saw, I took part into that because I muted myself, and so it was very, very relaxing.
Oh, thank you,
So,
Gaia. Yeah.
so that's
yeah, and
that's all from us, I guess.
yeah, and also I just want to tell
Yeah.
that during the time of change, you know, if you have any specific guidance, you can always connect with Gaia, and or if you like, because Gaia
Of course,
will
yeah.
give you more specific answer to your specific question. And
Absolutely. You got the experience with me
Oh,
2
yes,
weeks
that's
ago. I think
wonderful.
we did
Yeah.
it for you.
Yeah. And as you already have the experience with my wash, if you need energetic support, so you can come to me, you know, and I can help you with the planetary wash for healing session, and to help you to go through change. And not only us, if you go to guidingstar.com and go to Wellness Hub, you will see lists of wonderful practitioners who happen to be our colleagues and that we are so grateful for. So,
and
yeah.
I just want to add about the washes because I have experienced them. So I just want to add that not only they are great for the receiving part, you know, receiving the energy or healing, but also you get interesting. I mean, that's what happened to me. So it's a very personal experience. Maybe it doesn't happen to everyone, but it could very well happen. And if it does, that's wonderful. So during the washes, I actually experienced very interesting insights about the planet. And Jamilah was performing the wash on, and also not only about the planet itself and its archetype and its symbolism, but also its symbolism specific in my birth chart.
Wow.
So this is as a practitioner myself of this science of the spirit, in a sense, it was very helpful because I've gained more clarity on the archetypes that I work with daily. So that was a very precious as an experience, absolutely. So I may recommend it either for those who are practitioners of astrology, because they may gain even more insights on the planets that they work with every single day. So yeah. And yeah,
thank you.
Yeah,
really,
no problem. So just remember that for the time being, Kesenya is on holiday. So if you need an astrologer super quick, you can catch me, because I have average of 2-3 days for delivering my readings. So I'm quite, you know, you can catch me easily. Or if you want a video reading, you can contact Joanna. So that's who we are.
Exactly. So
I'm still running my sale on my one question. So that's it. So take care, everybody. Thank you so much for having been here and participating to this meditation and to this overview.
Yes, and hope our session will help support you to go through this eclipse and the
Safely.
more eclipses, more eclipses that are coming as we are already start the eclipse season. So so all the very best for all of you, and so all the best and sending love.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.